Good evening and welcome to Weekend Update. I'm your host, Eric Farmer. Today is Saturday, June 28th, 2025. Beautiful summer day up here, Gilpin County, Colorado. It's like 75 degrees. You couldn't ask for much better weather we're having this weekend. But it looks like next week we're going to get a little more rain, which is incredible. Which is really good, really good. We can get a little more rain into July. It's like the next 2 weeks forecasting for rain every day. So that hopefully that happens and we get lots of rain. But yeah, it's been kind of a chill Saturday. Haven't done too much yard work today because I'm sore. My legs are sore as hell. I was helping a guy work on his truck last week and have to get up on a ladder and lean over this truck. And then, it's like using muscles that I'm not used to using. And yeah, so the last couple of days I've been sore from doing that. But the good news is I got the guy's truck fixed, believe it or not. I'm no mechanic, but thankfully it's an old like 1978 truck. And yeah, it was like spewing gas out of the carburetor. And what I ended up doing is taking the top off the carburetor and just spraying some carburetor cleaner in there real good. Let it sit for like over an hour and then put it all back together. And whammy kazammy, the carburetor is no longer leaked. It's amazing what you can do with a little bit of carburetor cleaner. But yeah. So yeah, beautiful summer week up here. And hell yeah, I'm enjoying it. Enjoying the summer so far, man. Just goes by so fast. Before you know it, it's gone, man. It's just incredible how fast the summers seem to fly by. How long the cold months seem to just drag on. Well, where I live here, we get 9 months of cold weather, pretty much. It's just 3 months of summer. And this year was like that. Sometimes we get nice weather in the springtime, but not this year. I mean, it wasn't incredibly cold or nothing this spring, but it wasn't very warm either. We didn't hit 70 until like the first day of June. Finally hit 70 degrees. And usually we're hitting 70 in like April. We might get a couple days in June, 70s almost, or in May, close to 80 degrees. And this year just did not want to warm up at all. But it wasn't miserably cold either, so whatever. But yeah, I had to keep burning fuel. It's tough when it's cold. When it's not, well, it's cooler than usual because you still got to keep your house warm, and so you got to burn fires or pay the gas company. Which I fucking hate paying the gas company, man. So I'm spending a lot of my time chopping firewood for next winter. I'd rather do that. I'd rather chop firewood, every weekend, chop a little bit. It all adds up, then when winter time comes, you're prepared. I don't have to think about where's my firewood's going to come from now that winter's here. It's all ready to go. I usually don't burn that much wood, but it's just gotten so insane. The price of fuel, price of natural gas. The last big gas bill I paid was like January of like 2024. And it was like $350. I was like, fuck that, man. I'm not paying any more gas bills that big. I started gathering firewood. Yeah, so now in the coldest winter months, my gas bill will be like $150 at the most. So it's like quite substantially less than it was if I didn't burn any wood, which is. But they keep raising the prices. Everything, guys. Insane, man. I don't know. Just get so tired. Hey, Glenn. Nice to see you. Cheers, mate. How you going? But yeah, what the fuck happened this week? Well, the big story is the Iran-Israel war ceasefire. Thank goodness for that. Well, it's not really just the Iran-Israel war. It's obviously the Iran-United States war. They want to call it the Iran. Well, how are you going to call it the Iran-Israel war when the United States attacked Iran? It's ridiculous. Well, yeah, supposedly there's a ceasefire. I'm not too secure about it. I don't feel too, warm-hearted and warm and fuzzy about it. But I think it's bullshit. There'll never be a true ceasefire between Israel, Iran, and the United States. It's just temporary. It's a temporary ceasefire. It's the only question is when is it going to be lifted or it's going to be violated? Hey, I think it's good news, I guess. I'm glad there's a ceasefire of some kind instead of the war escalating, China getting involved and all this kind of garbage. I think it's just a matter of time before that happens. For now, we got a ceasefire. Hopefully, the economy doesn't go all to shit. Well, even though there's a war, at first shit goes bad and then it just kind of stabilizes and then the markets come back up gradually. See, yeah. No faith in ceasefire. There's no such thing as a ceasefire with these people. It's all for show and tell. I don't know why, man, because Trump wants to be known as the anti-war president or whatever. And, yeah. Bunch of bullshit. I'm sure the people in Gaza aren't experiencing a ceasefire. I don't know if Israel's still attacking them or not. Haven't really paid attention to world politics lately or world news. It's just too goddamn depressing. All the news that we're told through the media, it's all bullshit, of course. But yeah, fuck yeah. President of Peace Meyer like poop. Yeah. So yeah, I'm sure something's going to happen and the war will continue. As always. But yeah, I heard they have a plan now to make us all wear tracking devices now, like wild animals. Yeah, that's the plan that they're talking about. We're all going to be required to wear a tracking device. Most people have a tracking device on them always. At least 90% of the population here in the United States carries a tracking device with them voluntarily. Now they want to make it mandatory, but even if you don't own a cell phone, you're still going to have to be tracked. So that's fucking. They ain't going to be putting no tracking device on me, man. So I don't know how they plan to implement that, but all we know what it'll be is if you don't comply with this, you know, you won't be able to do this, you won't be able to do that. You know, you won't be able to drive a car, you won't be able to go into a grocery store if you don't have one of these devices, so that they can scan you. You know. So yeah, I don't like the sound of that shit. But, it doesn't surprise me. You know. I don't see how they can, you know, but they've talked about shit like that before, and it hasn't happened yet because they know a lot of people aren't going to go along with it, man. Oh, a lot of people will. The majority, massive amounts, just go right along with whatever they're, you know, whatever they want, whatever they're told, they go right along with it. They're so oblivious to what's really going on in the world, and they don't care. They don't want to know. So, you know. It's bizarre living in this reality, you know, where you know all this stuff, but you can't really talk about it in public because people look at you like you're insane. They just don't want to hear it, man. People they're programmed to get upset by shit like that, you know. Get your chips while they're hot. I never had hot chips. Or that's what they call like fish and chips. Yeah. Definitely want to get that while they're hot. Nothing worse than cold fish and chips. I saw a funny video today, man. It was like an AI generated video with Taylor Swift singing about Donald Trump. And he's like a chicken. Oh my God, it's so funny. It has like Donald Trump's, it's like an AI generator. It was like Donald Trump, imagine his face like perfectly blended with a chicken face. It's hilarious. It looks like a Trump look as a chicken. Man, I might have to show you guys this video, man. Two of my favorite people to talk about, Donald Trump and Taylor Swift. I laughed my ass out. The funniest thing was Donald Trump as a chicken. You can't imagine how funny that shit was. AI do that, but that's like, you know, it's a big topic these days. It's a huge deal these days, and it ain't going away anytime soon. You know what Trump saying? The government's going to be investing like $50 billion or something, some about or 500 billion, like an outrageous amount of fucking money into AI. And they're going to build these AI data centers, you know, where AI can analyze data 24/7, nonstop. And then right next to the data center, they will have its own electrical generator plant, so that these AI data centers are not even connected to the grid. They have their own. If the grid goes down, these AI data centers will still work. Yeah, crazy shit. French fries. That's what you guys call chips, right? Yeah, I knew that. I know that's what they call them over there in England. So you guys get a lot of your language from England. So do we. We have our different terms. We call them, you know, during one war, they were calling them freedom fries because the French didn't want to go along. They didn't want to invade Afghanistan or some shit. So they quit calling them French fries. The Ministry of Truth. Isn't that in 1984? I think so, yes. Big Brother and the Ministry of Truth. It's really like that, man. It's very, very Orwellian. The world has become. I never thought it would really go that, man. You know, growing up when I was a younger guy, and America was not like this, man. It was really a nice place, man, compared to what it is now, or so I thought. You know, all of our aggressions were to the rest of the world, right? We were attacking Vietnam. You know, then the war came home to roost. America, fuck yeah. Team America. Mm-hmm. That's a great movie, man. Great movie. You know, as much as those South Park guys, you know, they're I don't know how if it's just another government. I'm sure it definitely is another CIA controlled thing, and South Park, all of that shit, all the entertainment industry, everything. It's all to push, promote agendas and narratives. You know, that's what I've come to find out. You know, that everything, anything that's it's in culture and like promoted by the media, it's all for their agenda. So it's no doubt about it. So yeah, South Park is definitely part of the show. So I like to call it the shit show. If you live in America, you get a front row seat to the shit show. Fuck yeah. Anyways, I think I'm going to go ahead and post a link here. I don't know how long I'm going to be able to stream today. I don't know if I'll just keep going until fucking live stream or StreamYard shuts me down. Then maybe they'll penalize me. Well, you went over your time, so next month you don't get it. No, you know, that's the way she goes, man. They want too much money to fucking pay for it, man. If they weren't so goddamn greedy, man, I would pay for it. Man, they just keep raising the rate, raising the prices, just like everything else in the world. You know, you got to draw the line and say, fuck that. You know, everybody needs to get rid of all their online fucking subscriptions, you know, and some online, you know, platforms and shit, websites or whatever, they automatically charge you. You know, you think you're paying for a one-time deal or whatever, and they just keep sucking money out of your bank account every month if you don't go over there and stop them. Even if you're not even using this shit anymore, they're still charging you for it. Yeah, it's really, really like disgusting what the world's come to. It's all a bunch of AI fucking. You can't tell what's true anymore, real, you know? It's just AI has gotten so good and it's just going to improve at a faster rate because of all this money they're putting into it, all these resources and electricity and power. You know, it's gotten to the point in the last few years where we went from Will Smith eating the spaghetti all fucking to where you can't even tell the difference. You know, they can make this video. What you're watching right now could be AI easily. And they can, you know, they can mimic any person, you know, and yeah, so you don't know. And it's just going to get better. I mean, you can still kind of tell a little bit if you know what you're looking at. You can tell it's AI, but I imagine by the next year or two, it's going to be indistinguishable from reality. You know, that's where it's headed to, and they're putting the resources into it, and then it's becoming autonomous AI. You know, where you know they robots and shit, and they're all connected like a hive mind. You know, all these robots and shit will be connected together like one huge giant mind, connected to all the computers of the world, can connect it to all, you know, the Internet of Things, they call it. It's everything. It'll instantly know all the information in the world. It's fucking disturbing. It's what they're creating with AI. It's very frightening, I think. It makes the movie Terminator look like old fashioned, you know. Even though Terminator was predictive programming, right? They were telling us back in the 80s what was coming. But yeah, they got robots now that are just, man, it makes the Terminator look harmless. Yeah, assassin bots, and fucking robot dogs with fucking machine guns for a head. Yeah, their head is a machine gun. Whatever they look, they can fight. Humans ain't gonna stand a chance against this fucking robotic army that they're creating. They've already created a lot of it. A lot of it's already created. They just keep it, advancing it, making it more, slaughter bots, fucking like drones that fucking come in. Hey, mate, how you going?
Good, mate. How you going?
Cold down there, huh?
Yeah, it's a bit nippy. It's not too bad. I'm getting used to it.
Nice.
I don't know, maybe.
I heard they had some real cold weather recently.
Yeah, we have had, but it's probably like 10 degrees now or something.
Below freezing and shit.
Nah, hardly. Nah.
I know you guys probably get that, but
the worst we get's like a frost. That's all.
That's how it was where I grew up in California. We would get a little frost on the pumpkin. And, never.
We get fog, frosts. That's about it, man. Yeah.
Yeah, I heard a report about somewhere in Australia they got like real freezing weather.
Yeah, I believe that. Anywhere near mountains, you'd be cold.
Especially the farther south you go, or north. Yeah, the farther south you go, the colder it gets.
Yeah, we're at the coldest. Yeah, we're at the coldest end of the mainland. Yeah.
So if it's gonna get cold, it'll get cold where you're at. Not really
Tasmania's the coldest.
This is a fucking island, so who cares?
That's close.
That's where young Einstein came from, right? You ever see that movie, Young Einstein?
Yeah, that's it. Yahoo Serious.
He fucking paddled across the ocean to Australia in a rowboat.
Yeah. That's right. Pretty silly movie. Yeah. I don't think I watched all of it.
Nice to see you. Yeah. Well, yeah, fuck us. Some summer here, though. The good thing for you is our summers go by so fast. Before you know it, it'll be fucking springtime. It's a paradox. It's the paradox.
Winters aren't that bad, man. I mean, yeah, they come on cold.
That's why a lot of people like Australia, because the weather is pretty mild.
Yeah.
But people only live like right? Coastline is all the people.
Yeah. Pretty much everybody lives on the coast, man. Yeah.
Nobody lives in the middle of Australia, man. It's just too fucking hot.
Not many. It's a fucking
people live in the northern
it's a fucking wasteland. Yeah. People who live inland, right? Say you live in a country town, right? You might have to drive fucking 4 hours, 5 hours to get to a supermarket,
Damn, fuck that. That's crazy. Who could
just
do
fucking
that?
Nothing around.
Yeah.
You just
you've got to have your own fucking airplane, like Alaskans.
Yeah, that'd help. Yeah.
That's how they do it in Alaska, man. People fly around in airplanes. There's just no roads anywhere you can drive on.
Even where I'm going, man, it's what is it? It's an hour and 45. Is it? Yeah, is it? Yeah, an hour and 45 to get to the town. So it's not that close, But
that's
it's
where
lots of.
That's where you're going to be living.
Yeah, but probably the longest part of the drive is getting off the peninsula. You know, because you got to fucking watch out for kangaroos and deer and wombats and fucking everything.
Uh-huh.
So you just got to be real careful for about the first half hour, you know,
Uh-huh.
3/4 of an hour. Yeah.
So
And then
you-
after that, it's
is that where Ken lives?
yeah, man. Yeah, yeah.
It's like an hour,
Yeah.
45 minutes outside of.
No, to get to the next town. Yeah. To get from here to there, where I am, to his place, it's usually about two and 3/4 hours or 3 hours.
So you're still going to be working in Australia or in what's that place
Yeah,
called?
I'm going to transfer my job down close to it.
No, you live in Melbourne. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll still have. I'll still do. Hey.
I was talking to the guy in the chat, Rearview, or the person in the chat said hadn't seen. It's been a bit of time. Refreshing to see me. Well, thank you. So yeah, you're going to be moving out there. Huh? That's cool, man. Getting out the fuck out of the city.
I'm just waiting for the property title to fucking come through, man.
See where I live, it's only about an hour from the city.
Yeah.
Maybe an hour.
No, I'll
maybe
be where I'll be living. I'll be 20 minutes from work. I'm closer to the main town than Ken is. Ken's on the other side of the lake. You have to drive all the way around the lake to get there, and that's the longest part of the drive is driving around the lake.
You could swim across the lake if you wanted to, couldn't you?
Yeah, I'll get in a boat, man. And I'll be across to his place in 10 minutes. Hour and 20-minute drive, but it's a 10-minute boat ride straight across the lake.
Shit, that's crazy. That must be one big fucking lake.
Yeah, it's a big lake. Yeah.
Sounds like it. If it takes an hour and 20 minutes to drive around the fucking thing.
Yeah, it's pretty big. Yeah.
Sounds like fucking Lake Michigan. No, not that.
Yeah. When you're coming in close to the town, it's like turn right, turn left. Then you go drive for ages, and you get to another intersection, turn right, turn left. Drive for ages, get to another intersection, turn right, turn left.
Yeah.
And eventually you fucking end up there.
Straight line.
No, it's not a straight line, no. It's a pretty good drive, man.
Like it takes me an hour, like almost an hour to drive to Boulder from here. It's only like 26 miles.
Yeah. It's all fucking mountain roads, up and down, up.
Yeah. I guess I'm averaging like 30 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Because if you do the math.
Yeah. I know what it's like, man.
It's crazy. I can't believe it takes an hour to go 26 miles.
Yeah. That's the same where I used to stay, man, in the bush. It'd take me 45 minutes to get to work, but it'd take me half an hour to get down the mountain. Once I was down the mountain, it was 15 minutes.
It would take me an hour, but I would usually like stop somewhere and like grab a burrito or something. So it would like take 10 minutes. So really, it's like 50 minutes.
You got to plan your trip. You got to get up early.
If you got to go to other parts of Boulder, it takes longer.
It's a fucking big place.
It's not a very big city.
You got lots of, that's the difference between us and you. You haven't got you got desert, but you don't have a lot of wasted space like we have. We just got fucking thousands of fucking miles to fucking nothing.
The Mad Max wasteland.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's no. Yeah. I imagine there's some people that live out there. Man.
There's a few, not many.
It makes me think of a Mad Max movie.
Yeah.
He's like driving like 200 miles an hour. I love that movie.
Nothing but fucking red dirt, man. Fucking everywhere. Red fucking dirt.
That movie was so cool when I was a kid, like around 1980 or whatever, when it came out.
Yeah.
I didn't see it in the theaters.
79. We looked it up. Remember, it was 79.
Yeah, and it came up on cable TV. Man, it show it over and over and over. So I must have watched it like 50 times.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, great movie.
But I still can't remember everything about it. But yeah. Back
remember
then,
him?
now I would probably think, this movie, I I guess.
The
Yeah.
dot-
But no, there was a
one
certain
of his
feeling to that movie. You know, it was like there was a feeling to that movie that was different. You know, than like Hollywood movies.
Yeah, it was raw, man. Yeah, it was pretty
Yeah,
raw. Minimum budget. Fucking yeah,
Uh-huh.
they did it. They did it. Yeah, they did it on a shoestring, man. I think it cost
Yeah,
$1 million.
the feeling of that movie was different. That's what I dug about it so much. I think, and I was really young then, you know, so it was like shocking to me, kind of.
Yeah, it was pretty brutal, man. Good soundtrack, fucking good cinematography, fucking
Was that the one
all
where
done.
he handcuffed the
By
guy to
budget.
the car, and the car was like on fire, and it was like, he's like, yeah, you could cut through the handcuffs in like
Oh yeah, I remember
15 minutes.
that, man.
But you could cut through your hand in like 2 or 3.
Hmm.
You could cut through your arm in like 2 or 3 minutes, but it'll take you like 15 minutes to cut through the handcuffs.
That's right.
You're like, no! Well, you know, he was
Boom.
pissed off because they killed his family, you know?
Oh, yeah, that's why he was mad.
Yeah. It was fucking pissed Max. Mel Gibson. That was, and now look what became of him. His house got destroyed in the LA fires.
Hmm. He played some good movies, man.
Yeah, like
Good
Mad
actor.
Max, all the Mad Max movies, Beyond Thunderdome.
Yeah, I didn't like that, man, but I understand it more now.
It wasn't as good. It wasn't as good as it. The
I
Road
know,
Warriors, they got worse.
yeah, I know what. Yeah, we just had Mad Max, Mad Max
Yeah.
2,
The
Mad
original
Max
one was
3,
the original one was the best, and then
Thunderdome.
Hollywood took it over and fucking destroyed it, like everything.
Oh, the new ones. I watched one new one. It was shit. I hated it.
And then he did. He did the Lethal Weapon movies. I guess.
Yeah, Lethal Weapon, man. Yeah, they were fucking.
They were
awesome.
popular.
I love that. Yeah, they were good, man. Danny Glover, Danny DeVito.
They were entertaining.
Oh, not. What was his name? Joe Pesci. Joe
Pesci.
That's him.
Leo Getz.
Yeah.
Never go to the drive-through. They fuck you at the drive-through. That's why I never go to the fucking drive-through, because they always fuck you at the fucking drive-through.
It's a fucking. He was a little big man, wasn't he?
Yeah, I was a big fan of Joe Pesci, man.
He was pretty cool.
He did a lot of good movies too.
Yeah.
Like,
My cousin Vinny.
Casino,
That was a good one.
Casino was really good, man. He played a really good character.
Casino, yeah.
He played a great gangster.
Yeah, I like the gangster movies, man. They're cool.
Yeah, I do too. It was fucking Casino and the Goodfellas, and I love that movie.
I like Sopranos, man. That was cool. That was fucking full on.
Robert De Niro was a great gangster actor too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He was in all the great gangster movies.
Al Pacino.
Al Pacino, the Godfather movies. Yeah.
Never go against the family.
There was that movie Saturday Night Live where some chick told John Travolta, "You look like Al Pacino," and then he was like looking in his mirror, going, "Al Pacino, Al Pacino." That shit was funny, man.
Robert De Niro. Fucking, I don't like that kind anymore. He can get fucked.
Yeah, they just don't. They can't make movies like that anymore. I can't stand.
Yeah, I thought he was good, man, but he turns out he's a scumbag. So fucking.
Robert De Niro.
Yeah, fucking.
What did he do?
Remember, he was gonna put his daughter in. I think it was his daughter. She had autism, I think, and she claimed to be jab injured, right? And he was gonna put her into a movie called Vaxxed. Remember that, Vaxxed? And then he pulled out his money and fucking his support, and his daughter wasn't going to be in it, and fucking, then the movie got cancelled. Never came out.
So he kind of fucking destroyed his daughter's career.
Yeah, and then he became a spokesperson for that shit. You know what I mean?
Huh. Yeah.
So
I could see
he can go.
how Robert De Niro could be a
He sold out. He's a bitch. He's a bitch.
As you Australians would say, he's a fucking cunt.
Yeah, he's a punk.
No, you guys call your friends cunts, right?
Yeah, everyone's a cunt.
What are those cunts doing over there? I remember,
that's one of their describing words.
I had some Australians working with me here at Eldora, the ski area, and they would call everyone cunts. Cunts.
fucking
it was a term of endearment, you might say.
Yeah.
Here in the United States, if you call someone a cunt, man, you ask for trouble.
It's gonna be on like Donkey Kong.
That's right. It's like if someone dances at you and you dance back, then it's on.
Yeah.
And then you get served.
It depends how you use the word, you know.
Yeah, it's just like fuck. You could call someone a stupid fuck and mean it in a tone of voice.
Quite often, man, we fucking what's the word? We speak in derogatory terms about ourselves when we make a mistake. Like you'll say, oh fuck, I'm a dumb cunt. You know what I mean? Just like that's just, you know.
Yeah. I noticed that about Australians, man. Y'all are hard on yourselves.
We shouldn't do that. I try not to do that, but sometimes I am a dumb cunt. So, sometimes.
Yeah, you like to criticize yourselves. That's good. I think that's healthy. Americans are so arrogant; they would never criticize themselves.
Nobody's perfect. We all make mistakes.
No, but the average American is fucking arrogant. There's exceptions to every rule. But yeah,
I've met lots of good ones, man. I don't think I've met any arrogant ones. I just don't like arrogant people. I don't give a fuck where they come from.
Yeah, they're just very.
They're just cunts.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Most Americans are pretty nice people. Yeah, I liken a person is to be, humble. I think that's the one attractive trait to have is to be humble.
People that start every sentence with I and my and me, mine. They got nothing else to talk about except themselves.
There's a lot of narcissists here in America.
Yeah. Oh, everywhere, man.
Yeah.
They're the ones that stand out. I call them plastic people, man. Yeah, usually the girls.
A lot of
girls
people
with
try to get into they want to be in positions of power and shit, are narcissists.
They all want to be. They all want to be Kim Kardashian, mate. The women and all the boys want to be fucking. I don't know, Ronaldo or fucking. I don't know, some wanker.
The boys want to be Ronaldo.
Yeah, or some fucking popular, fucking mega star, fucking dickhead. Yeah, That's all they've all got.
I used to hate Justin Bieber, man. Now I just feel sorry for him. I just feel sorry for him now.
He's fucked.
He's so fucked up now.
Yeah, well, now we know why he's fucked up, don't we? Yeah. He got fucked up, all right.
Yeah, dude. You could just see his face now, dude. The guy's a fucking wreck, man. And he's only 30 years old.
There's always a price to pay for the fame, man. That's part of the fucking.
Yeah, I feel sorry for him. He became famous at such a young age, He got put into this position, and they just fucking chewed him up and spit him out,
That's why Britney's so fucked up, mate. Look at her. She's the worst. Yeah, she's the worst example.
Famous people, man, have just been destroyed. And now a lot of them are dead. And a lot of them are just not having a good time. That's what it is, man. You think you want that fortune and fame?
Yeah, I signed up for that shit. That's what you're going to deal with it.
Yeah,
No, you can't have regrets. Oh, I didn't know that was going to happen.
it
Ooh.
destroys full grown adults, let alone fucking children.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's probably worse for the child, the child actors, Fucking,
Yeah, there's so many stories in there. A lot of them die at a young age. There's so many stories of child actors that died young.
and they don't get a choice. It's like they get signed up for it,
Yeah,
They never.
sent to it by the families and shit. I've been doing some research on the subject, man, of these satanic families and shit in the show business industry and what they do to their children. It's fuck. They'll have their children fucking gender changed, in the womb. At a very young age, they call it.
Right.
They call it diversion or gender diversion or whatever.
Yeah, that's it.
They got a nice word for it where they change the sex of their child. Fucking how fucked up is that, man?
I know they don't have any argument for it, man.
And the child has no choice in the matter. How could you do that to your own fucking child, man?
No, it's fucking.
Maybe it's not true, but this is what I've heard.
Yeah, well, they've been brainwashed into it as well.
And a lot of these children go into the show business.
Oh, what about these fucking kids who their parents put into these fucking entertainment for fucking gay men? Have you seen that shit?
Yeah.
They put them up. They do like pole dancing and shit for fucking gay men.
Kid playing a drag queen at the age of 10.
Yeah, that's it, drag queen shit. Yeah, fuck.
Yeah, that's fucking.
Wow.
That's the world we live in. Hey, we shouldn't be talking about this stuff. It's Pride Month.
It's Pride Month for a couple more days.
Only 2 more days.
1
more day for you guys.
Right. I had a lunch truck lady I thought was quite nice, fucking friendly and fucking very, very attractive and like a country girl sort of look, And I thought I'll just start, get to know her a bit more. And then I noticed she had a fucking LGBT fucking flag on her fucking truck. And I'm like, oh, fuck. Oh, no.
Everywhere, dude. God, there's so many of them around here. It's hard to believe. Here in the Rocky Mountains, it's supposed to be a rugged place where men are men. There's fucking pride flags all over the place. I was like, where men love men. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Brokeback Mountain.
People have these signs in front of their yards proclaiming their LGBT status to the world. They're proud of it, Why should they hide
it? Everybody needs to know where I'm sticking it.
Yeah. Why should they have to hide it? But they shouldn't have to advertise it with a sign in front of their fucking house.
I think everybody needs to know.
Well, I guess they want someone to. Maybe they're looking for action. Maybe they're looking for action.
I'm so proud.
Maybe I should put a sign in front of my yard that says "I'm straight." Maybe I'll get some action.
They'll set your house on fire.
How many? Maybe all kinds of chicks will show up and say, "I'm looking for a straight man."
Look how fun anyway.
Look at all these other signs around here. Nobody wants to fuck a bitch anymore.
This short.
Oh God, that's the world we live in now.
It's fucked up.
But yeah, I've heard people talking that this Pride Month is losing popularity.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe the whole LGBTQ thing has peaked, and now it's going to start. But I fucking doubt it. The agendas these fuckers have.
Oh no, it's not going to go away, man.
But you know, with all this, you know, promotion of it and all this, I still think only about 3% of the population is that way.
Yeah.
Isn't that hard to believe? I think it's got to have risen up since then.
Yeah, I think it's going up. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's probably a bit.
Promoting it. I don't know.
It's probably about quarter of my office men are LGBT, and
Really?
they put flags. Yeah, they put flags up fucking everywhere, man.
So you're saying like 25%?
Yeah, maybe 20, 25%.
That's not good for the human population.
No, it's not good.
Well, what the fuck? We got 8 billion people, so they tell us.
That's a guess. Well,
I don't believe that either, man. They lie about everything. Sit there and tell us the population is still increasing while it's fucking decreasing massively. They're just
my company
about that shit.
My company encourages it, promotes it, fucking all that, man.
Oh yeah, everybody does, man. It's disgusting, man. Like, what happened to the time when people were proud to be fucking straight Homo sapiens? God damn. What happened to the world? See, back in my day, man, people despised that shit, you know? But
well, you didn't go around.
Everybody's been so brainwashed that, you know, if you say anything bad about it, you're the fucking, you know, you're a really bad person if you don't love that lifestyle.
People can do whatever they like, but if
you're homophobic, you know, you're afraid of those people.
Not afraid. No, not afraid.
Yeah, you're damn right I am. Scare the shit out of me.
But you know, there's not going to be any more people, man, if we don't procreate. You know.
You know, when I'm around like people that I know are homosexuals, man, it does make me fucking nervous and shit. I feel uncomfortable. You know.
Yeah, I feel a little bit uncomfortable. Yeah.
I really do. You know, maybe that's a fault in my character. You know, but that's just the way I was raised. You know, we weren't accepting that shit when I was a kid.
No, no.
It wasn't.
Oh, I had my
behavior. There was something wrong with those kind of people the way I grew up.
I knew people. I knew blokes who used to, you know, go out and hunt them and fucking bash them.
Me too. I knew some people that did that too, man. They would crap out of them and rob them.
It was a sport before, man.
Yeah, I knew a kid that did that, man. He was fucking a bad motherfucker. He ended up going to prison.
It's not much of a fight, though, is it? You know, you're not going to get much of a fight. There's no real sport in it.
But he would beat him up just because he fucking liked beating him up.
Yeah, I know.
He would call it rolling queers. And he would rob him and beat the shit out of him.
They probably didn't deserve that, man. You know.
Yeah. Because, you know, it was easy.
Yeah.
All he had to do was walk around Hollywood and they would fucking approach him.
It's a bit like robbing grandmas in their wheelchair, you know? It's not that hard. It's pretty easy.
Yeah, it was a real easy way to make money for him, man. You know? Because they always had money to pay because they were looking for prostitutes, you know?
Yeah.
Nah, what a fucked up world we live in, huh? So he would pretend to be a prostitute, take the guy to a place there was no one around, and then fucking rob him. Like stealing candy from a baby.
Yeah.
What is he gonna do? Go to the fucking police and say, "Yeah, this guy beat me up and robbed me because I was trying to hire him so I could suck his wiener."
Next. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, especially back then in the 80s, the 70s, and 80s and shit.
Yeah.
This was in the 80s. Yeah.
Yeah. It only just started becoming a thing, man. Probably when I was in high school.
But,
I reckon.
hey, it was a good gig for the guy, you know? He made money. He always fucking had nice clothes and, you know, money. But he was crazy, man. He was one of the craziest motherfuckers I ever knew. He used to, this is a guy that just loved to fucking beat people up.
Yeah. Someone you don't want to know.
He had like scars all over his arm, like all the way, because he was at a party and he was dancing on the floor and he fell down and this chick had like spike heel shoes on and she stepped on his arm and fucking punctured his arm.
Stilettos,
and he got gangrene, man.
And
they almost had to chop his arm off.
Yeah, that's fucked.
And every once in a while, man, when he got pissed off and his fucking his scars would rip open.
Yeah.
Like fucking bleeding and shit. Like, and he's like, you know, he was still in danger of losing his arm, you know?
Fuck, crazy, man.
Yeah. It was maybe, and this kid had a lot of issues. Like he was adopted. His parents didn't really give a fuck about him. For a while, he was living out in front of his parents' house, sleeping in a van on the fucking street. Yeah. Memories.
I've been in the van on the street, mate. Yeah, been there.
Good old days. Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Luckily, I had a van to sleep in.
Yeah, that's it.
I couldn't drive it nowhere, but I could fucking sleep in it.
Yeah.
Out in front of my fucking aunt and uncle's house.
Oh, yeah.
I've been through some fucking times. That's life, right?
Yeah. Still here. Yeah.
People go through shit, man. And it's getting worse. Well, those were good. Those were the good old days.
Yeah.
Back then, you know, I was a young guy and I didn't want to fucking conform to life, you know? Didn't want to fucking do a 9-to-5 fucking job, man. So just a fucking bum. Whatever.
I got raped.
Couch surfing, whatever.
Yeah.
Then you learn
I had to be a slave at an early age, man, because
certain age, like in my mid 20s, I was like, fuck you, dude. I gave in, you know, and became a slave because I was tired of that other lifestyle, you know.
I was
surviving, being homeless, you know, looking.
I had my own place at 17, man.
Staying with different relatives at times, or you know, sleeping in couches here and there, you know, in a van, whatever. Yeah. But you know, but now it's a thing, man. Van life, you know, van life's a thing now because people that can't afford reality, can't afford to live the American standard, you know.
It's happening here too.
House or apartment with all the amenities, you know, like Americans are used to living, right? It's just become so fucking expensive.
Mm-hmm.
There's just more and more people living in tents on the streets.
It's happening here too.
Living under bridges, wherever the fuck, you know.
Yeah, I've seen some big camp setups, man. They're just out of town.
Same in Boulder, man. God, Boulder, Colorado, of all places. There's
this one did it a camper trailer, man. Fucking all fucking folded out. Fucking tarps everywhere. Fucking looks off the side.
Town. What do they?
No, this. Yeah, I just see the odd one.
They stay in one place for so long, and then the cops finally run them out, and they go somewhere else.
Yeah, you probably wouldn't see more than 2 or 3 in one place at a time, but it's getting worse, man.
Yeah. I was just down in Boulder last week, man. It's fucking more and more and more homeless people everywhere. I don't know why they're attracted to Boulder. It's a very expensive place to live. But,
Yeah, it's cold.
they don't have to pay for it. And it's cold in the wintertime. But they're down there in the wintertime, man.
Hey, it's crazy.
Yeah, I've seen them camping on all over the place.
Yeah.
Rugged people, man. Gee,
Oh, yeah.
ruthless. To sleep
You
in a
want to
tent.
You want
It's
to
like
put fucking clothes and shit, man.
sleeping in a tent when it's in fucking single digits,
Yeah.
which is like 20 degrees below freezing. You know,
Yeah.
below the freezing mark, which is 0 for you guys, right? For
Yeah.
us, freezing is 32 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yeah.
So single digits, like 10 degrees, is real fucking cold.
Oh, yeah.
When it gets down to 0, it's 32 degrees below freezing.
Yeah.
So it gets fucking cold, man. You know, and I couldn't do it. I mean, I knew this guy. He used to work at a hospital down in Denver. Like, you know, his job was fucking pulling organs out of dead bodies. Yeah, I used to drink with him at the Tyson. You know, he became a friend of mine. You know, we used to run each other at the bar. You know, we go out and smoke some weed once in a while, whatever, and he'd tell me all this shit. He said,
"Yeah, I hope he didn't drink Bloody Mary."
He made a lot of money pulling organs out of dead bodies. He got paid really well. You know, he was probably making like 60 or 70 grand a year back in them days.
Yeah.
It was like every time we got really cold, we get one of these really Arctic cold blasts. You know, they would bring in fucking dead homeless people that would freeze to death out on the streets. This was like back in the 90s. And he said, he said they used to call them bumsicles.
Bumsicles.
Bumsicles. Yeah, that's what they called them. That's heartless, man. But, you know, I guess when you're removing hearts from bumless bumsicles, you become heartless.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
that's organ harvest. That's what's going on.
You know, to do that for a living, man, you got to be a hardcore motherfucker. Pull organs out of dead bodies. I mean, I guess after a while, it would just feel like you're cleaning a fish or something, you know?
Probably. Man. You have to disconnect yourself from the actual task, man.
Like when you're cleaning a fish, right? You got to cut it open, rip its guts out.
Fish because fish don't have a lot of blood like fucking other animals, you know.
That's true. I wonder why.
Just the way that their cell makeup is, man.
They got very little blood.
Yeah.
I never thought about that, but now I guess I just I noticed it, but I never really considered it.
Only sharks bleed a lot, man. All the other ones don't bleed fuck all.
You know, sharks are amazing creatures, man. You know, they never found a shark with cancer.
Hey. Well, it's probably a Chinese medicine that people use.
Lots of other fish, they find cancer in them, you know, tumors and shit, but they never found a tumor in a shark.
Yeah.
So there's something about a shark that has, like, it can't get cancer.
Yeah.
If we could figure out what sharks do, then we could never get cancer.
Hey.
But they might have known, but they just don't want to let it out.
They've got plenty of cures, don't we?
Okay, well, I'm reaching the hour mark now, I think. Let's see what happens here.
Do I have to play push?
Oh, hey, I've got a question for you, Eric.
Yo.
My housemate Darren, he wants to know, when you put gas in your car, right, do you have to prepay or do you put it in and then pay for it?
You either use a credit card or prepay.
Yeah.
If you have a card, you just stick it in the machine, right? In the pump. You just put your card in the pump.
Yeah, we got that. But is that standard fucking everywhere pretty much? Yeah.
Yeah. Either you use your card at the pump, or you go inside and pay cash, or you can pay inside with your card too.
First and then pay.
We fill and then we pay.
Yeah, that's the way it used to be here. Used to be that way.
Yeah. Not that. Nobody paid.
The people were, it was a common thing to steal gas. Because you could get away with it.
It happens here too, but the amount of thefts goes up when the price
goes. Call it a gas and go. We used to call it a gas and go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because we're doing that, so they had to go ahead and make everything prepay, and this was long before the credit, the debit card or whatever. You could just stick in the machine. You had to prepay. You had to go inside. You had to pay with cash or with a check. Back in the day, before you pumped your gas.
Yeah, right.
Remembering the 90s and early 2000s before everybody had a debit card.
Yeah, you don't have to prepay. But only if the servo's shut or the gas station shut, and then they got the card.
See, nowadays they don't want people interacting with each other. They want everything, people to interact with machines and not each other. So you notice if you go into the Macca's, they fucking have a kiosk there, right? You can order your food without talking to a person.
Yeah.
I hate them fucking things. I'll go up, and then even if you go up to the counter and try to order, they just ignore you. And
what are you doing?
None of them
Silly old
speak English.
Even in our stores, man, you can pre-order. You can order your shit and pay with a card. You don't even have to go to the counter.
They want you to just order from on their app and just pick up your package at the window.
Yeah,
that's it.
That's it.
It's all on purpose by design.
Delivered, man. You get delivered here. You get fucking anything delivered. Fucking Uber Eats. Fucking bullshit.
But it's so expensive, man. Who can afford that shit?
And people do it because they can't be fucking bothered getting off their ass. Too busy playing their fucking computer games or talking on fucking.
Get off their fucking ass.
Just fucking send it over, will you? I feel like a fucking Big Mac.
My ass is too fucking fat to get up and go get something.
That's what it is, man.
Yeah, the good modern days that the modern days of convenience that we live in today. Isn't it great?
The fucking lockdown, all the lockdowns fucking started that. All the home delivery shit, you can fucking get anything. It's fucking insane, man.
Yeah, and then it just carried on. And I see it start to decline slightly, but I don't go to the city very much, so I don't know what's going on. Up here where I live, there ain't no fucking Uber Eats.
Hey, right.
We ain't getting food delivered to your house where I live. It's out of the fucking question.
So,
I have no idea that luxury of life. If I want some food, I gotta drive down to the gas station.
Well, that's all I do, man.
A fucking microwavable burrito.
Yummy.
All we got.
That's the best you can get.
Yep. They used to make homemade. They used to have a guy that was making homemade breakfast burritos over there. They were good.
What in a trail?
Some good homemade breakfast burrito, and then he just quit doing it. Man, it's like it's like giving a fucking Ritz cracker to a bum and saying, "Oh, was that good?" Like it's to a starving person. Oh yeah, that was good. Can I have another one of those? No. You can have one of these frozen burritos, though. Damn, I wanted a homemade one. I'll even pay a couple dollars more for it.
Burritos, man. I'll get burritos off the lunch truck.
Most of the time, I just make my own breakfast.
Yeah, I made bacon and eggs the other morning, man. It was fucking perfect, mate. I'm going.
Bacon is so expensive. I usually buy sausage.
It's not that bad here, man. It's still affordable. If you go to the cheap supermarket, Aldi, you know,
Mm-hmm.
2 kilos of bacon for about
I go to
10.
Walmart. But, something about the food at Walmart kind of grosses me out, man. I don't know
Yeah,
why.
I wouldn't buy food from Walmart, man.
I wouldn't buy produce from Walmart for sure. Walmart produce it turns moldy overnight. If you don't eat it the same fucking day, the next
Fuck.
day it's fucking turning green as shit or purple, whatever. It's just and it's not that delicious. Walmart produce.
No. No, I haven't heard anything good about Walmart food, man. No.
It tends to
Nothing.
rot real fast.
Yeah.
So if I do buy any produce at Walmart, it's only enough to last like 1 or 2 days. 'Cause I know
Yeah.
if I buy anything to last for like 3 or 4 days, by the third day it's going to be fucking rotten. But that's produce is like that, right? You got to eat it quick.
Yeah.
I like my produce fresh, but it's hard
Straight
to
from
find.
the farm. Get it
It's
from the
hard to
farm.
find it's hard to find good produce, man. Really.
Yeah.
Like I buy tomatoes and they're just not like the tomatoes I had when I was a kid.
Yeah.
You know, they're just different. Everything is.
Store tomatoes and
I
shit.
used to love avocados now, but the avocados I buy now, I can't. I don't like them at all. It tastes horrible. They don't taste to me like avocados used to taste.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Maybe it's my taste buds. Maybe it's my own personal taste, or it's the fucking avocados. But I used to love avocados, man, and now
I never thought they're good, man. It goes well with a chili sauce and sour cream, you know, when you're making tacos or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's about the only time, man. Or you're having what's the other one? When you just have the corn chips, nachos, man. Nachos. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Avocados are not. Or did you just make guacamole?
Yeah, make guacamole. Guacamole. That's the one.
Remember that from Austin Powers when Fred Savage, he was the mole. He had a mole on his face. You got a mole on your face. Moly, 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 moly.
No.
I know it's ironic. I'm a mole and I have a mole on my face. I get it. I want to take that mole off, cut it up into pieces, and make guacamole.
Stupid movie, but funny, man.
Yeah. It was very predictive programming. The Austin Powers movies were telling us a lot about what was coming in the future, I think. Yeah.
What was it? What the fucking the robots with the fucking machine gun tits? What were they called?
Fembots.
Fembots.
Machine gun jubblies. How did I not notice those? You call them machine gun jubblies. You call them jubblies. That's the best word for boobs ever. Jubblies.
Lovely jubblies.
Lovely jubblies.
Lovely jubblies.
He found out. Remember at the end of the movie, he found out that his wife was a fucking fembot.
Yeah.
He married a fembot. What was her name? Felicity Shagwell.
That's right. Yeah, Felicity Shagwell.
She turned out to be a fembot.
Yeah.
Like, I can't believe it. Felicity was a fembot all along.
No. Yeah.
Machine gun jubblies. How did I not notice that? I love those movies, man. But the last one was kind of bad. I don't know if you've seen the third one.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it was called. But it's where Scott turns evil, and
Oh,
Doctor becomes a good guy, and Mini Me becomes a good guy. And only Scott's the evil one at the end.
oh. Yeah, it's been a
I
while.
don't know if it was Goldmember. No, I don't think it was Goldmember. There was Austin Powers, International Man of Mystery. Then there was Austin Powers,
yeah.
The Spy Who Shagged Me.
Why you shag me? Yeah.
Then there was Goldmember.
Yeah.
I think there was a fourth one, maybe. And they really drugged that one out, man. They really dragged the Austin.
Don't think I saw. Oh,
The last one was really stupid because, Dr. Evil became a good guy.
yeah.
I didn't like it, man. Didn't like the way it ended. But it was funny because they went into like where Austin Powers and Dr. Evil were like kids. And they had like a couple different actors playing them when they were kids. It was pretty funny.
Remember Dr. Evil going off at Scott, You just don't understand, Scott. You're not quite evil. You're like,
You just don't
you're
get
like
it.
Diet Evil, like the Diet Coke of evil.
Yeah, I love that shit. Just not evil enough. Yeah. Oh, fuck yeah.
And then we got Klaus Schwab.
Yeah, Klaus Schwab. So you talk about some predictive programming. But at least Dr. Evil has some personality.
At least he was funny.
Klaus Schwab, man. God.
Nothing funny about that.
But yeah, no, for Mike Myers, what an acting job he did in those movies, He played 3 different characters,
Yeah.
4 different characters. Yeah.
Hey,
He played Fat Bastard. He played Fat Bastard, Austin Powers, Dr. Evil, and Goldmember.
Yeah.
And probably some other characters, who knows? But yeah, it was amazing. I think Mike Myers is a great actor.
Oh, I'm gonna cook some more bacon and eggs.
Yeah. Well, anyways, I think I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up. Pyman.
Oh, no worries. Good to see
you. Good to see you. Ken, hold on. Ken just showed up.
No, Kenzie.
We'll keep going here for a minute. I don't know how long they'll let me go. It's been an hour and 12 minutes. But anyways, no, on second thought, I might hang out for a minute here. Tough Puff just showed up. Yeah. My fucking lilacs are blooming like a motherfucker. I don't think they're really finished blooming. Man, I got a lot of lilac flowers. I know Tough Puff loves those things. Ken, how you doing? I'm seeing how long I can go here before I run out of time on StreamYard. And what happens when I run out of time? Does it just shut off?
Probably.
Probably. That would be. I guess we'll find out here. Oh yeah, I got lilac. I don't know how good they are, but they're starting to turn purple now. If you know what lilacs are.
Yeah, we got them here too, man. Yeah.
Some people just love them, man. They do smell really nice. I guess they're edible too. I don't know.
Yeah, probably. There's lots of
I got
more
like
we can
big
eat.
old lilac plants out there. They're big. I planted those lilacs like 25 years ago.
Oh,
They're still growing every year.
Darren's got heaps of roses here, man, but he doesn't like them. Up some more down.
We got wild roses here that grow all over the place. They're kind of a pesky weed of a plant. They grow like these red vines, like, and they're like full of stickers. And then like this time of year, they grow like these really pretty pink flowers.
Yeah.
But I've cut down a lot of them on my property. I still got, they just grow. They're really prolific. So a lot of plants around here are very prolific. Well, they only got like 3 or 4 months up here to grow, and then the cold weather comes back. Ken's just making a cup of tea. That's what you guys drink instead of coffee in the morning, right?
Nah, I drink coffee.
Yeah,
Instant coffee.
Oh, it's been a while since I've drank instant coffee. Just like put 1 teaspoon into a cup of boiling water. Yeah, see that Tough Puff said, yeah, lilac is edible. Imagine it's good. I have to try some. Nescafe. I remember when I was a kid, my mom used to drink Folgers, fucking instant coffee.
This is the best cheap one you can buy, man.
So you could just make 1 cup of coffee instead of making a whole pot, But that's what I do. But I have like this funnel thing, right? You put a filter in there, put some coffee in, and pour enough boiling water to make 1 cup.
No.
Did you get a fresh cup of coffee every time? One cup. So I usually drink like 2 or 3 cups of coffee in the morning.
See what
works out pretty good.
What we didn't understand is you don't have kettles. We have kettles, man.
Remember, like a percolator.
But it's a kettle. It boils the water in fucking 3 minutes, man. And you just pour the boiling water into your coffee and you stir it. And you got a coffee.
Yeah, but here, where I live, up here in the mountains, water boils a lot faster. Higher elevation.
Yeah.
So like I put water on my stove. It boils in like 3 or 4 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. The higher elevation you go, the faster water boils.
Yeah.
Isn't that a
Air
trick?
pressure.
I don't know
Very
why,
much
but
barometric pressure.
barometric. Yeah, because there's less air up here.
Yeah.
And that's why the temperature changes so drastically.
Yeah.
There's less oxygen. There's less air, so it cools down quicker and it warms up quicker. At sea level, it holds the heat a lot better, because the air is so much dense.
Yeah, man.
That's one of the reasons why it's colder in the mountains.
It's harder for me to breathe and at elevation and cold air. It's
Yeah, I know a guy. The guy I've been helping do some work. He can't fucking breathe very well at all, man.
Yeah.
He has to constantly use oxygen. He lives over by Netherlands, maybe 8,400 feet above sea level.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know how many meters that is.
Well, we get.
But it's pretty high up in the mountain. It's as high as you want to live. I live at 9,000 feet, and that's any higher than 9,000 feet is pretty much unlivable.
Yeah, yeah,
10,000 feet is unlivable. It's just too harsh. And between 10 to 11,000 feet is the what they call the timber line, where
yeah.
trees don't grow like above
Oh,
like
yeah.
10,000 feet.
Yeah.
That's what they call it, the timber line. And so, yeah, you really don't want to live above timberline.
Yeah. Brutal.
It's just ridiculous. Nobody lives above timberline. Very few people.
Yeah.
But I say where I live at 9,000 feet is probably like I live higher than like 95% of the world's population.
Yeah.
I would estimate at least 95% of the world's population lives at a lower elevation than I do.
Most people live at sea level, man.
Yeah. So yeah, I think it's in the high 90s percentages that live above 9,000 feet. Like you're in the 5% of the people, or if that. See, Ken got a new gaming chair the other day. Has lights and vibrator. Ooh.
Fancy.
Vibrator. Whoa.
Massage, I think, man.
Massager, you should say.
Yeah.
Vibrator sounds
Kinky.
It's, maybe, yeah. What are you making some coffee right now, Pyman?
Oh, I'm gonna start cooking, man. Might be.
Oh,
I might have to.
you're cooking breakfast.
Yeah, I'm gonna cook some bacon, egg.
Bacon. You love your bacon and eggs, man.
Plain breakfast.
I do. I like bacon and eggs. Is that all you have? Just bacon and eggs?
Yeah, bacon, eggs, cheese. Nice cheese, man. We got good cheese over here.
Some cheese? You ever have
Yeah,
like
it's
any vegetables or anything?
nah,
Or
just
fruit?
greasy shit. Nah, just some grease.
Fuck yeah. That sounds like a great breakfast, man.
Peeling the bacon right sucks balls. Eh?
I'm gonna have to fucking get him some fucking bacon. Oh, that's some good weed, man. That's some good
That's the time.
tobacco I'm smoking.
That's what I
Yeah.
need a dog, man. You give it to the dog, man. The bacon rind. Yeah.
Yeah,
I love.
I heard it's not. I used to give bacon to my dog, and I heard it's not good for dogs.
Better them than us. I don't want to eat it. I can't
So
choose it.
You got a dog there?
No, that's what I'm saying. I wish I had one, then I could give it the bacon rind. Yeah. Hey, I don't like wasting it.
I gave my last dog bacon. I would cook like 4 strips of bacon. I would give him 2.
Yeah.
He lived to be 13 and a half years old. So I don't know.
Yeah, man. I love Dingo, man. He was a good dog, man.
Yeah. He loved his bacon, man. I could not make bacon and give him his share, you know.
He couldn't ignore him.
He would be like, "Come on, what's up? Where's my fucking bacon, bitch?"
He'd stare at you until you cried.
He would just demand it. How can you cook bacon in a house with a dog and not give him some?
Yeah.
But I've done some research and I heard it's really bad for him. Maybe that's not true though. You know, I don't know.
I don't think it's good for us either, man.
Yeah, but hey, look how old I am, and I've eaten a lot of bacon.
Yeah.
You got to just keep your body in condition, and that's especially the older you get. You know,
Shit, yeah.
you got to keep moving. Got to keep moving. Maybe that's
I got
why I
a-
quit eating bacon because it's not good for us.
I did quit for a long time,
That's
man.
enough of that fucking bacon. So now I just eat sausage. I gotta have some kind of meat with my eggs, you know.
Yeah. I did give it up for a long time, man. So I'm making up for lost time.
You know, I think if you just eat bacon occasionally, it's no big deal.
Yeah.
But you know, you buy a thing of bacon, you got to eat it before it goes bad, right?
That's it.
So, but you know, I say like I eat like 3 or 4, maybe if I'm eating baking my bread with like 3 slices is plenty. You know,
I'm going for 6.
you go to 6.
Well, 3. There were 3 full ones that I cut in half. They were long
You
ones.
don't have to worry about your bacon getting old then because you eat 6 slices. That's like like
Yeah,
one
I'll
pack
hang on.
of bacon will last you like 3 days.
Yeah, it's a big packet. So yeah, you probably get like, I don't know, 12 slices or something.
Oh, so it'll last you like 2 days.
Yeah. 2 breakfasts. Yeah.
How much does it cost?
About $10, I think.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah.
You
And that's cheap.
I could get like the cheap bacon for like maybe $6 or $7.
Yeah, this is cheap bacon, man.
And I can't tell the difference anyway.
You pay a lot more than that. Yeah, that's cheap.
I
Here.
mean, you can tell, I guess, but you know, it's not that much of a difference. I don't think from the more
Yeah, people buy from the supermarket and they've got their brand favourite, you know, and they'll pay $10 for fucking half a kilo, you know what I mean?
Mm.
Or a kilo.
Yeah, I remember not too long ago I was paying like $12 for a package. And I don't know how much it weighed, but they just in our grocery store they just come in packages, you know.
Yeah.
I never really pay attention to the weight of it, but you know, just look at the price.
The packet I bought's 4.5 pounds.
And if you buy the good bacon, the good, you know, premium, fucking, well, really nice bacon, it's like $14 for a
4.5 pounds for $10.
You get, but if you buy like the Oscar Mayer, which is like run of the mill bacon, you know, it's like maybe right now it's like maybe $8 or $9.
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't bought bacon. I think I bought bacon a couple weeks ago. Chances I've gone off pork. Pigs only have 1 stomach like us. Cows have 4. So that means that their nutrition is more refined. I don't know.
They shouldn't drink milk.
Cows are more advanced animals than pigs. Is that what you're saying? And humans?
But we shouldn't drink milk, dairy milk, because it's not from our mother. The only animal milk we should drink should be from our mother now when we were a baby. That's it. The only species that does it.
Yeah, I don't drink milk either, man.
I do, but I'm booked on
I used to drink like
iced coffee. Man, that's my weakness. So
I used to eat cereal with milk in it. And sometimes I would, you know, like those Nestle Quick, like chocolate milk shit. They had all these different flavors of milk, flavored milk, and I was drinking. I used to love them things. I would like drink one every morning. And I started getting sick. I couldn't figure out why I was getting sick, man. I figured out it was from the dairy products.
But I like my
I quit using the dairy products, and I quit getting sick. But I would get like a sour stomach. It was disgusting, man. And I would like burp, dude, and like the burp would smell like a fart.
Yeah.
It was fucking disgusting, man.
That's not good.
Yeah, that's what like lactose intolerance. I don't know why. I had it since I was a kid. Sometimes I would get sick like that. I figured out it was dairy products that was doing it. Lactose intolerant. See, I don't like lactose, and I will not tolerate it. That's a Jerry Seinfeld joke right there.
Yeah.
Fuck Jerry Seinfeld.
He's pretty funny, dude.
Yeah. But you know, I was watching this video recently where they were talking about Seinfeld and basically how this all the characters in Seinfeld were the most horrible fucking people in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of funny. When I think about it, yeah, Jerry Seinfeld's kind of an asshole. He just sees the world the way it is, right? That's his job, to make fun of society. But I think if there's my dream occupation would to be a stand-up comedian, you know, it's got to be really hard to do, you know. To stand up there in front of a crowd of people and, you know, make them laugh like that, you know. I think it would be really, really hard to do. But I think after you figured out how to do it, you know, you'd have to see a lot of rejection and people like heckling you and booing you, you know.
It's pretty hard all the time, man. You know, we can all do it sometimes. It's pretty hard to do it all the time.
Yeah, I mean, it's easy to be funny, you know. I'm naturally a comic in myself, you know, but you know, to do it like, you know, on purpose is hard. You know, it's my kind of comedy comes spontaneously, you know.
Yeah. Don't think about it. Just
spontaneous comedy is one thing, but like, you know, something that you have to plan out and like the whole routine and shit, you know. I can imagine that would be. It's an amazing talent. I admire good stand-up comics, man. Some of my favorite people of all time: George Carlin, Richard Pryor. You know, these are the people that fucking I admire. You know, the greatest stand-up comedy. Even like Bill Cosby was great. You know, Wild Bill Cosby.
Bill Hicks was pretty good too.
Yeah, Bill Hicks. There's just so many great. Dave Chappelle. I mean, the list goes on and on and on of great stand-up comics. It's a hell of a talent and skill, you know, to really become. You know, stand-up comics are like they have a lot of influence over society. You know, especially really huge, like people like George Carlin, Richard Pryor, you know, people on that level, Dave Chappelle, you know, they have a lot of influence. So the powers that be fear them, you know. But, you know, like George Carlin was a pretty healthy guy, man, and all of a sudden he just died of a heart attack. You know?
He was getting on a bit there.
He was like in his 70s.
No.
I mean, he was old and all, but you know, he was a little, you know, because he had done a lot of drugs as a young guy. But yeah, I think his death is suspicious. Put it that way. Because you know he spoke too much truth. You know, and he really ruffled a lot of feathers of people that are powerful. You know?
Man, I think it was like
influence. He had a lot of influence over the common people. You know, they don't like people.
He didn't hold back at the end, man.
No, he was a harsh man. Yeah, he just got crazier and crazier as time went on. The guy, man. He just didn't give a fuck. He knew what was going to happen to him. What happened to Eddie Murphy? God damn. He had like 2 good comedy albums, right? But he was never really a stand-up comic. He was like he was an actor, but he did a couple stand-up shows.
Delirious was the best, man.
I don't know where he started off, but you know, Eddie Murphy was great.
Yeah.
He wasn't in the same league as those other guys. You know what I mean? Like people like Richard Pryor, Dave
He's very
Chappelle.
talented.
He was funny.
Eddie Murphy. No, he's very talented. He could, you know,
He was a great
proved
actor.
it when he played all the different characters, you know, in what was it?
Yeah, I
that-
admire Eddie Murphy, man.
What's the fucking movie called?
He made
The Nutty
he made me laugh.
Yeah.
But he could take off
It was
anybody.
the Nutty Professor, right? Where he played all the roles.
Yeah. He could play many different roles.
He played his own mother and his uncle and his aunt and his father. He played his whole family.
That's it. Oh, baby, I want divorce, baby. Ooh.
So Ken met Eddie Murphy in the 80s. Nice. He said he's a nice guy. Yeah. You ever heard him do his impression of Ricky Ricardo? That shit's funny as fuck. Yeah, he was a big fan of Ricky Ricardo, I guess. Oh, Lucy. I don't know if you ever watched that show. Sure. I'm sure you've heard about Lucy.
Yeah, I've heard of it. I've never watched it, man. I know.
There was a character on there called Ricky Ricardo.
Yeah.
He was like a club owner from fucking Havana. He was like this real sexy Latino guy, you know. He loved Lucy. I love Lucy. Yeah, that was the biggest show, man. I remember when I was a kid, there was this Mexican family we knew, and they used to babysit us sometimes. And they would fucking watch I Love Lucy like fucking religion, man. I swear to God. When I Love Lucy's on, and the whole family would gather around the TV, man. Quiet, homie. Lucy's on.
I grew up with Happy Days, man. That was the show we all watched.
Me too. That's got to be the greatest show of the 70s, huh? Happy Days.
Oh, and the Brady Bunch. Fuck, that's it.
That's a good one too. That's what we grew up with. There was all kinds of them, man. God. Really good TV shows back in them days. Those were the happy days.
Yeah.
Laverne and Shirley, of course.
Curly, yeah.
And Mindy. Yeah, it goes on. These were like all spin-offs from Happy Days. Then there was
Mindy.
Jody Loves Chachi.
Mork and Mindy was cool. I love Mork and Mindy. Robin Williams was another
Four
thing.
spin-offs from Happy Days.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was huge. Sunday, Monday, Happy Days. Yeah. The golden age of television, I'd say. The 70s. The 80s had some interesting shows. Sure. But now, 80s, 90s, and once the 21st century hit, it all fucking went down to crapper. Television. Television just went down to fucking, I don't know. I don't watch television anymore, so I don't know what it is now. Every once in a while, I go into a bar or something, and they have TVs everywhere. You know, like on different channels and shit, but they're all like no sound or nothing. But yeah, you see, like there's a lot of reality TV shows now. It's really, they all follow the same formula. You know, it's like a formula that they follow for each show. It's always the same. I noticed that. It's like, but it's supposed to be like a reality show, you know, like maybe some guys are working on cars in the garage, or, you know, maybe some people are doing construction work, or maybe some people, you know, just whatever the show's about, right? It always follows the same fucking formula. Basically. So yeah, TV today has just gone down the shitter. I mean, it was bad back when I used to watch TV. I got so sick of it. That's why I quit watching it, you know. Oh, some nice looking bacon and eggs right there. Woo.
Melted a bit of cheese into my eggs. Yeah.
Fuck yeah, I guess on that note, man, we'll go ahead and wrap it up. We'll let Pie Man eat his bacon and eggs. And we'll see you guys on the next one.
I'll take it easy, Eric.
Everyone, thanks everybody for hanging out. We'll see you on the next. Adios.